How do we get to crying over tires? I have never seen
I
a
don't know.
man
Like,
do
I
this.
didn't bring that up. I just
Like the reason it's purple pills fought with their tires and
He always
crying.
doing stuff like this, man.
I use tires as an avatar for a much larger problem. Like Sir Hill said, it's the pressure. Like sometimes that's the tires is the thing that broke you because it's like, damn, last week it was the lights. Now it's this week. Then next thing, another thing pop up. Next thing you know, 3 of your tires go bad. You like, God damn, when can I catch a break?
Yeah, and that's a different situation. That's not crying over tires. That's crying over that's accumulative. That's not the same thing. He just simply said.
Well, that's what I
crying
was
over
saying. That's
tires.
what I was saying earlier when I used my reference. First, it was the engine. You know what I'm saying? Went out on you. You know, your transmission started slipping on you. You know what I'm saying? And your tires was the last thing to go. It was like, fuck, man. Like we said, when I catch a break, man.
And then
that's different. That's completely different.
Let me ask y'all this: what if he shedded a single tear? Would he still be considered Mexican?
No, you didn't say Mexican.
Not at all.
You didn't say Mexican.
Oh, did I say Mexican? I mean Mexican. I'm sorry.
No, you meant Mexican.
Excuse my Negro dialect.
That's called a Freudian slip right there.
Yes, he would still be considered Mexican if he shared a single tear.
Well, technically, that is true.
All right, let me go ahead and get Luis in there on this topic. This is why he last.
Oh man, Hank, that was good. That was really good. Look, I'm gonna chime in and say most women can't handle masculine problems, right? Your woman is not the first person that you call when there's a issue that arises, right? I think it's incumbent upon you to figure it out, strategize it, and then present it later. Like, look, this happened, and this is how I handled it. This is how I solved it. This is what I did, et cetera, right? You know, take initiative, you know, show signs of leadership. And, you know what I'm saying? In terms of crime, you got to be a little bit stoic, especially over tires. You know, you got to be able to problem solve. Because honestly, I'm gonna give you a real moment. I am fucking busy as shit. I am drowning. I have so many projects going. I'm in the middle of trying to renovate one of my buildings right now, and I need to allocate work, and I can't find too many dudes to kind of allocate some stuff to. And I'm like, damn, who the hell am I to? Come to find out, I'm sitting on the train heading back home with one of my old colleagues that was sitting right across from me. And I told him, I was like, yo, are you busy right now? Because I would love to give you some work right now. You take off my plate because I'm like drowning, you know? And that right there was an opportunity for me to delegate and get things off and kind of get somebody else involved and, you know, use your resources and reach out to people, right? I love the tire analogy because it does present an interesting crossroad where you find like, damn, like I really, really, really need these because we're heading off on the road with the family and we can't be on the road with, you know, bald tires, right? You know, my kids use this vehicle. My wife uses this vehicle, right? And sort of like, what are the avenues that you have, you know, available to you? Even if I have to go and hustle, whatever it is for one day, whether it's like getting cans or, you know what I'm saying, what valuable stuff do I have here that I don't need that I could get rid of and cash in for whatever money to put it towards those tires, right? I think it's about being a little bit more creative and innovative in the way you think and the way you process things, because you're going to have moments of defeat, but you got to kind of laugh at it because you guys got to think about it. Every day we got to count our blessings. So there's many people that didn't wake up today, and you woke up today to solve another problem, not only for yourself, but also for your loved ones as well. So I think it's a challenge and it's a daily grind. And I feel it, especially when we have these kind of conversations and I hear other people gonna go through it, right? And sort of we become a bit of a sounding board where we kind of echo certain sentiments where we could pull from each other and learn from each other and kind of vent to one another, right? Where you come to your woman with much cooler heads. You've already thought out You already thought through the problem. You've already game plan a solution, right? So you're not coming hot and heavy to her and be like, today it was just, a bad day. You're overly, don't do that. But I think that make sure you use your brothers, closest to you to kind of prepare yourself, even if it's the worst of situations. At least you have something mapped out. And then if there's one last thing I'm going to say is this: be the type of a man and example that you want to see your sons follow, right? Because what you do and how you handle it sets the precedent for those who come after you.
Let me ask the fellas a question, right? So this is us talking to one another. This is us. Are we not putting unnecessary pressure on men for them to tell them that they cannot be vulnerable, rather than telling them that you should have a woman around you that allows you to be there? Because I'm gonna be real with you. If you can laugh when you're happy around your woman, if you can celebrate when you win around your woman, when you can brag because you got it around your woman, then you should damn sure be able to cry when you suffer around your woman. There's no reason why we should sit here and tell men, and I get it that we have women on the other side, and there's been a lot of evidence that women do these type of things to men. But it's time for us to set the precedence around here and tell them you got the wrong woman in your life if you can't be honest and you can't be upfront and you can't be vulnerable without having to worry about her looking at you some type of way. That's the wrong kind of woman.
So I agree with you that you are with the wrong woman if you cannot be vulnerable. I completely agree with you on that. But the thing is, we have to understand men and women are just not the same though. Like you being like, if she can cry with me, I should be able to cry with her. We should be able to share happiness together, and like if she's happy, I can be happy. Like we need to understand men and women are just not the same, and they can't handle the same stresses as us. Like I really agreed with like Trev and Sean, because I've seen this personally too, where some women are just not able to handle hearing about certain financial things. How Lewis said, like being able to fully plan it out and know exactly what you did as a leader and stuff, and then showing it to them, like that's really the best way to do it. Because if you try to go cry to her immediately with the problem, sometimes they might not be a strong ass woman that can handle that, and then she's gonna have a panic attack, or she's gonna have anxiety or something, and she's gonna be freaking out and be thinking, oh my god, like how are we gonna handle this? But they're just not built to handle the same type of stuff as us, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mother Nature built it that way for a reason. And but I agree with you though that you're with the wrong girl if you can't be vulnerable, 1,000%. But we just need to, at the end of the day, remember men and women are completely different. We're hardwired completely differently, and sometimes crying and just being vulnerable and emotions and stuff, it's two completely different things. Guys are supposed to be really logical, and women are supposed to be really emotional, and there's reasons for that. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's a good thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I just think there's a way you share the information then. You just realize what you need to share with her, and how you say it. Don't come like you all in a panic when you share the information. If you could come to a calm, collective, say, and reassure, it's going to be all right. But I'm dealing with these things. I'm going through this, but we're going to be all right. I promise you. I've came up with some solutions. I came up with some answers, but I am going through this, and so this is why we're not going to be able to make this vacation this summer, because I made this investment. It didn't pan out like I thought it would, but we're going to be okay. Bills are still going to get paid. We're just not going to have that buffer I planned on before I made this investment.